Well, we are getting a little bit more accumulation. Being in the mountains of Southern California, don't take this the wrong way, but it can always be entertaining because we've been snow-free for a few weeks, and you know how people discount forecasts, or since they only get their news off of Facebook, they didn't see anything about it, and then they're up here right now and they're driving something not suited for slick roadways, and they start slipping and sliding and get stuck. Because right now, you're watching the video, it looks relatively flat. But every road that leads out of here, because this is essentially a bowl, goes up. And so right now we're coming up to the intersection of 173 and 189, and this Jeep is about to go up 2 Mile Hill, which goes out to the state highway to either go to Big Bear or to go down the hill. And you'd be surprised on 2 Mile Hill that even with this dusting, you'll see a lot of two-wheel drive cars with low-profile tires, so on and so forth, sliding into the shoulder or just losing complete traction. And then, of course, the next move is to start putting their cables or tire socks or chains right there in the travel lane, which is just so dangerous. Yeah. In the winter months, you're coming up to the mountains anywhere, you always have to be prepared. I know that let's say you're in the Midwest and the roads are relatively flat and straight. It's okay to tool around in Grandpa's 67 Buick Electra, because you know which roads to avoid. But anytime you're in mountainous terrain where there is no flat level roads, unless you have the right tires, you have all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you're going to struggle. And then, of course, if you live on an extremely steep road, you either have to have studded tires or you have to chain up. I'm lucky. I haven't chained up in years, but I'm not going to say that I never will. No way, Jose. So even before the Power Wagon arrived, I had ordered my chains for my little tiny tot 33s, knowing that, someday I might end up with 35s. I get it. But one, you just never know. And then two, you don't want to have one of those instances where the state road folks, Caltrans in California, actually want to see your chains. And it does happen once in a while at chain control, much to the irritation of the 50 people behind you, that they will say, hey, we want to see your chains. And for many years, I used to carry some chains, some spare chains we had that actually fit the dualies of a fire truck. And it'd be like, well, we want to see your chains. Well, there they are in the back. And Not once did anybody look at them and go, hey, wait a minute. You have a crew cab F-250 Ford, and these are dually chains. But at some point, I decided, okay, I'm going to get the right chains for my vehicle because, like I said, you never know where it's going to be your turn that you do need to chain up, whether it's on-road or off-road. Be back in a second. Well, for you, it's only been a matter of a second or two, but in actuality, this is 2 days later. I thought we were going to get a bunch of, at least 4 inches of snow, enough to make things messy out in the woods. And I shot that video a couple days ago, driving around town, going to the post office and the store and such, with every intention of going out into your public lands with the power wagon to slip and slide around. Well, the moment I got home and started to get things situated, I looked out and the sun was starting to peek out, and it stopped snowing, it stopped raining, and what was on the ground was melting quick. So I feel like I let you all down. Something I tried in the last 2 days is I got one of those little cheap plugs that everybody said don't get for the Hero 4, and plugged it into an external mic, and it sounded like crap. I was really disappointed because I would like to do some off-camera miking, and also I also want to stick this thing to the side of the truck in the dirt, because there's only so much of my monologue shooting inside of the truck that people can handle before it's like unsubscribe or watch 2 minutes and go, all right, I'm moving on to a Matt's off-road recovery video or something like that. So anyways, there is a potential for 6 to 12 inches of snow in next Wednesday and Thursday. Right now it's Friday night, so if I don't shoot something in the dirt this weekend, I really am looking forward to playing around in the snow in the truck. Please always comment, ask questions, tell me what you like, what you don't like. I'm still curious to know how people deal with the trailer hitch issue, making the backup sonar scream and yell that you're gonna hit a pole and potato chip the rear bumper. Want to hear about that, and like to hear about anything else power wagon related, or overlanding, or four-wheeling, or adventuring. Anyways, remember to tread lightly. See you soon.